So, let's do a massage. Ooh, you feel muscular.
What does that mean?
Oh, like these muscles right here look strong.
Maybe it's just from swimming today.
So when you swim, what do you actually do? Like, are there strokes or whatever you do for a certain amount of laps?
Yeah.
Really? How many? And what?
Well, I did. I don't know. I have to count up because I kind of did what Charlie did for his workout, for just the first part. I didn't do the whole thing. Let's see, that's 400. That's 600. So I probably did about 1,600 today.
What does that even mean?
So 1,600 yards, which is a mile, would be 1,650 in a yard pool. So that means I did like 64 laps lengths in a pool.
So I could literally never do that.
So down is 1, back is 2, and that's a 50 yards. Then, yeah, we mixed up the strokes and did drills and kick and pull and.
Why are you so fidgety?
I don't know. I'm stiff. My body hurts.
What are you feeling?
I feel like I need to relax. It was a rough week.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been on a good workout streak. I worked out, did weights, I think 3 or 4 times a week for like, what did I do, like 4 weeks? Maybe 5? Maybe it was like 5 or 6 actually. Because I joined for a trial and then signed up. But then the hurricane came and let's see, I did last Tuesday. Right? I don't remember.
See, right now I'm trying to find the perfect, simple workout that gets like the most effective results that I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part because there's so many exercises. So to try to find the one that like does everything that you want specifically for your body, it's tricky. And then today, I was practicing more of the Nordic curls. It went from completely impossible, I'll never do it, to maybe one day I could do it.
Really? Today?
Yeah. I still can't even do one full one, but I got to the point where I can hold it from a slightly lower angle than the day before. So I was like, okay, I'm doing slightly better. And like I feel really good after because you're like using the hamstrings from like a stretch position and trying to add strength. It's really weird, but feels good.
So you're holding it? You're not trying to go up and down?
When I do the movements of going up and down, it's from like a really shortened kind of version of it because I can't go all the way down and come back up.
Yeah.
It's way too hard. I'm thinking of buying the little Nordic bench or whatever.
Yeah, I was looking at those. They're not cheap.
Mm-hmm. Because the ones that like attach to the door or whatever, I don't know, they're not that good.
Mm-mm.
Like I need something to be really secure for me to be like, okay, I can do the exercise.
I can trust this.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt you like this before. You just feel hard.
Is that bad?
Kinda. You want to be fluid. Like when you're lifting weights, your body changes and you're like hard, you know? But then when you're not at the gym, your body should soften up. It's not soft right now.
Well, do you think stress will make it hard?
Yeah.
Getting some cracks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw some of the comments. They're asking like, or they were saying like, what you should dress up as.
I saw the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I like that. I could do that. The Harley Quinn. I don't know about that. She's kind of a funny character. I like that she has dogs. Doesn't she have big dogs?
I think they're hyenas.
Oh, never mind.
Because they're like laughing dogs, basically.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think. I could be wrong.
I'm not an expert. Cheerleader was another one. Which is funny because I was never a cheerleader. What do you think I should be?
What do you mean? For the video? Or like, what do I think?
Yeah, to dress up as.
Like a costume you don't already have?
Well, technically, I only have. Do I have one or two? No, I have two. No.
You have Lucy, you have Electra.
I know, but Lucy didn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
I have to get a different one. Lucy wasn't getting zipped up. And I have a Catwoman.
Oh, is there a character that you're like, ooh, I kind of want to dress up as her?
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing that girls do nowadays. Like, literally, like, it doesn't even have to be Halloween. It's just like they'll see a character, they dress up as them, and then they'll take pictures and videos and stuff.
I'm very not cool, right? I don't know these. I usually am very lazy about Halloween. I'll put ears on and a tail. And I'll be a cat. Or, let's see, I have skeleton pajamas. There was that one time.
There's this one character called Shigo,
Mm.
and it's like her skin is pale. She has like long black hair, and like she wears like this green outfit. It's from like a cartoon that came out like the early 2000s, I think. And for whatever reason, like girls love dressing up as her. I don't know why. Like it's not even that, I don't know, popular of a character. Like I don't know. Like it's not that important, I guess. But for some reason, like girls are like, oh, I want to dress up as Shigo, as if it's something relevant, you know?
Oh.
but it's not. It's so weird.
I don't even know who that is. I told you I'm not cool. But even growing up, I didn't really like putting, like some people really like to get in costume. I'm like simple. Sorry, that was involuntary. Did I mention the kids have been off school for a week?
Yeah, you can literally feel it. You can probably see it on camera too. Like your body's just like fighting.
So this might be a series. Like, dang it. Well, just before I came here, I was clearing out more hurricane. Like I have these emergency bins that have like lanterns and radios and stuff. But I store them away, obviously, when I don't need them. So I still have to put those away.
You want me to do cupping on you?
Did you bring fire?
I didn't bring those cups. I should have.
Next time.
Yeah, so it kind of starts from like here all the way down. You've never had this before.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, you said to me another time, you said, oh, you look muscular. And I don't know how to take that. I'm not sure that that's good for a girl to look muscular. You look muscular. Like, that's scary or something.
That means your muscles are popping.
But that's a good thing for a girl.
Well, depends on how you want to see that. It's like sometimes I study Leo. And like when I'm fighting him, he looks muscular. And then when he's just loafing around, he looks soft. He looks like a little nugget.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our body's supposed to be able to change, like the size and the puffiness of our muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're muscular, that means you're like tensed up. Now, if you don't want to be, that means something's going wrong with the signals in your brain, telling your body to tense up, but you don't want to. Time for the cups. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
So have you noticed that, like, whenever an area gets hit really hard by a hurricane, like, it's almost like you can't play that one song, Here I am, rocking like a
Well,
hurricane.
scorpions, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to play that song, and I think that's funny.
Is that a thing?
Like, it's like a silent thing. Like, no one ever really says it, but you just can't. Like, right now in Florida, you can't really play that song. It'd be like, I don't know, disrespectful.
Well, that's always one of my favorites.
Like, I genuinely think it's just like a good song, and like, I don't know, if it happens to be playing, I'd be like, yeah. But like, I don't know, somebody else might be like, how dare they?
Oh,
Don't they know we just got rocked?
right. By a hurricane, yeah. Well, if you lost everything or you don't have power still,
I get it, I get
then
it.
nobody's joking.
It's just a good song.
But it is a great song.
Did you know there was a rapper named Hurricane Chris?
I did not know that. Why would I know that? Oh, good night.
I've always thought it was such a weird name. Like, why Hurricane Chris?
There's probably a multitude of answers for that. I'm not sure, but
It's hurting.
yeah,
Good.
it's usually I can relax in spite of the pinching.
Well, you haven't been relaxing this entire time.
Well, I'm working on it. Maybe if you sing some more of that song to me, I can relax.
Here I am.
Don't make me laugh. Woo!
Rocking like a hurricane. But nah, this is probably the worst hurricane I've ever had. Like, been around. The winds were loud. Somehow everybody's power went out. Traffic lights were out for, well, they're still out in some places.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to upgrade my windows because it sounded like somebody was gonna smash through.
Really?
Yeah, it was so loud.
That's how it was at my place. But I think it's I don't know, like, if you have things in the way, like the wind makes noise. Because, like, right in front of my apartment, it's like there's in front of the windows, there's bushes. And the bushes made the wind louder, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really loud. Only the super typhoon in Guam was as loud. And as many trees and stuff down. Okay. a very emotional thing, I feel like.
What?
Even if you don't, all the ups and downs of all this, in preparing for it, and then waiting, and then sitting through it, and listening to it, and wondering, and then the relief that it's over, but then assessing all the stuff, and you get another set of emotions after that. So remember I told you I had that like lump in my throat? I was talking to my friend and she said that it's emotional. Like it means there's something I need to say to somebody. I don't know who, but
Or cry.
Or cry, yeah. And it's stuck right there. I didn't cry in the shower. That's so cliche. Oh.
Do you have like a get through it song?
No.
You don't?
No.
That's like a thing for people.
I don't know. Sometimes because music can evoke a lot of emotions, that sometimes I avoid it. Because what it evokes can be too heavy. So especially in circumstances like that, I'm like, ah. Like one of my neighbors was playing their radio, of all things, and I could hear it. Otherwise, it's really usually quiet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go over there and tell them to turn it off. But I don't know which neighbor it is. What was the song? It was some song, and I'm like 90, some 90s, like poison, poison. I'm like, oh my gosh, turn it off. What's your get through it song?
I don't know. I have a lot.
Really?
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Let's say it's been a really long day at work. I'm driving back. What would I play? It depends on the energy that I want to like be there as I get to my house. So I can't play anything sad.
Okay.
It has to be a little bit more oomph, a little bit more emotion,
Okay.
high energy. So it can be more on the rock side. Let's say the song I showed you before, the Change Your Heart or Die by The Midnight.
Yes.
I like that one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But then if I want to be like happy, happy, I would play, I think I've showed you this song before too. What's it called? Calling After Me by Wallows.
Ooh.
It's I don't know, it just has like a happy beat. And I don't know, when I enter my house after, I'm like, yeah. So no matter how bad I feel at work, like I'm just a little bit better afterwards.
Aw. Did you play stuff during the hurricane?
No. I was actually just watching a show with my sister.
Yeah.
You're getting color on you. Have you ever heard a song that you thought, this is not a normal song, this is like a brainwashing, like, apparatus?
I can tell the songs they make to play in a club for people to just dance and drink. And like it's like mind numbing. It feels like it's just like that's what it's for.
I think it's funny when, like, I know the agenda behind the song. It's so clear. They didn't try to hide it, but like the masses, they don't see it
Yeah.
or even care, I guess.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, they'll talk about like a drug and that's the chorus of the song. They just repeat the name of the drug. And I'm like, what?
Really? Yeah. Oh, really?
It's a thing. Like it'll be like Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet. And then like, they'll just repeat it. And like, that's the chorus of the, like, that's the hook of the song. And I'm like, what? Like they just repeat the drug name? Like, it's so weird.
Does it work?
I guess so. I think it's crazy when like the artist of the song, like they OD
Oh.
and then they die like off one of the drugs that they probably made a song about.
Yikes.
I'm like, what? Like they fell for their own trick? Like how does that even happen?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then of course, obviously, people who listen to them, especially the young ones, they're like, oh, I'm going to do that drug. And then they do it and, you know, bad things happen to them. And then it's just a negative domino effect.
Yeah, I can't name a song that I think is like straight up like brainwashing.
But I feel like there's like a...
There's a lot of nonsense songs that I'm like, what is this supposed to mean? Like,
I feel like there's like like a positive fall off happening because of it. So like so many people experience bad stuff from like listening to this kind of music that like now you're seeing this uprise of like modern country and it's a little bit more positive, you know? It'll be more about like the girl that I love, blah, blah, blah. You know, they'll put like country music to it. And it's a little bit more positive, a little bit more of like, okay, a guy loving a girl or a girl missing this one guy or whatever. Maybe it's like, I don't know, a little bit more lovey-dovey. And I don't know, a little bit more modern. So I guess you can kind of dance to it. And a lot of young people are going to like the concerts and stuff. I'm like, huh, look at that. So we're kind of seeing the death of like dumb gangster rap. And then like this new modern country is like becoming the new wave.
maybe.
Which is kind of interesting. But I think in a weird way, we've always just wanted lovey-dovey, fun music. And I guess the powers that be, they were just like, nope, you're getting gangster rap. And that was just kind of it. But
I guess I have seen videos on that, like how gangster rap was created to do specific things.
yeah. And I think now that all the Diddies of the world are going down or going to jail or whatever, like, I guess this is just like a, I don't know, cause and effect thing. So now people are just like, hey, you know what? We can finally listen to country and not get ridiculed. So who knew? Country is cool. Again, I guess.
I always like country. My college roommate, I hated it until I went to college and she loved it, so she introduced me to George Strait and Brooks and Dunn and those are like real country artists. My first concert ever was Garth Brooks. But I didn't go to one until I was like, I don't know, 21?
But I don't know. It's kind of weird. Because I think, I don't know, the typical club scene was dying too at the same time.
Oh.
So like for a long time, guys were just kind of like, why should we ever go to the club? It makes no sense. Like most guys who go to the club, they go in there with this mindset of like, hey, maybe I'll meet a girl there or something. And that just never happened.
Oh.
Like over the years. So guys just kind of stopped going to clubs and then they got to the point where it would just be like a bunch of girls, which I guess sounds nice, but like girls don't pay for drinks. So the clubs weren't making that much money. So I don't know. It's just like a bunch of things happening at once. The club scene, the urban scene is just kind of dying off.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, am I like black and blue?
There's color. The bottom ones are definitely the darkest, like super dark,
Oh,
which makes sense because your lower back is super tight.
yep. Woo. Oh, almost done. Oh, oh my goodness.
Yeah, those two had the most color. Yeah, it's probably the most color I've ever seen on you.
I think the most fun I ever had going out was when I was leaving Guam. All of the girls went out, and there was a bar that did like 80s and 90s. The guy did all cover music. Oh my gosh. I loved every minute of that.
Like, what kind of songs?
Oh, well, that's where you get your Scorpions. I did White Snake. Here we go again. That's like my song, my karaoke song. Somehow I know every one of those.
Yeah, it looks like you have a bunch of pepperonis.
Great.
Okay, time to flip. Down. Be a little bit more centered.
What do you want me to do?
Center yourself. There we go.
I can't open my eyes. It's so pretty. I must be clenching my eyes shut.
Yeah, we're like in the 40-minute mark. I won't spend too much time.
Okay. I was so needed it.
Yeah, for you, I can like just tell when you're like super tight. I think even your voice changes.
Really? I'm so sore.
Distract yourself. Say something.
Hmm?
Tell me stuff.
Distract me. I think one of the hardest things is that, like, we were super lucky, right? Everybody was safe. You know, we're going to be able to open tomorrow. All we have to do is have somebody come chop up trees and take it away and then clean up. But it's still like, and I know there's people way worse off, but it's like just, I don't know, it kind of jumbles up your whole nervous system. That even if I know what to do or what I should do or what I need to do, it's kind of like I'm frozen and have so much static happening in my brain and my body. It's like, and then I distract myself with doing projects like power washing my patio and, you know, and because there isn't much else I can do, but. And I like routine and I like schedules and I. But also, I was supposed to have a vacation this week. I was supposed to go to the beach. That's the hand that keeps going numb, too. Excuse me. Wow. Did you hear that? Tell you stuff. Oh, goodness.
It just feels like you have like blockage. So like blood isn't able to go in and out correctly.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things disrupting my sleep is that hand going numb. What? What?
You look funny.
Why?
Like you're still not relaxed.
I'm doing the best that I can. Then when you say that, then I'm even more aware, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna really relax now. I'll get there.
Is that your stomach?
I don't know what it.
You told me.
I don't know. My body is betraying me. So I didn't eat on my normal schedule either. So
Yeah, I think when it comes to, I don't know, perfecting mind, body, spirit, you have to kind of accept there's a lot of limitations that we have. So for me, something as simple as like, I don't know, I wanted to get a burger and like the burger place that I go to is closed. Like that would throw me off so much that it would affect everything, my body, my mind, everything. So then after that, like, oh, my back hurts. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I got this. Like one thing. And like to be in this perfect balanced state, like anything can throw you off. And it's so annoying. But like that's
we are
life.
very vulnerable.
Yeah, that's just
Yes.
life on earth.
Our bodies are very resilient. At the same time, we're very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I think of it as fire, the elements, you know, it's technically very capable. However, if you ever go camping and you're like, oh, let me start a fire, it is so hard to actually start a fire. And then it's still like equally as hard trying to maintain a fire because then you have to get the wood, it has to be dry. Oh shit, you know, you got to be careful for the wind. Like it can't be wet. Like it's just so much. And it's like, damn, fire, you suck. Like, and I think like we, or at least a part of us is fire, but fire is so like, ugh, so much work. Very capable, but good Lord.
Very affected by the other elements.
Yeah.
Air and water.
So for me, I know my limits. And that's why in the morning, if I'm working out, if I go to like the gym in my apartment complex, I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool in here. There's nobody here. It's a nice vibe. The second there's just like one person there, if they're playing music or doing some loud noise, I'm like, this place sucks.
I'm out of here.
And I'm thrown off. And like anything that I was doing really, really well, now I'm like, I suck at.
Yeah, those flashing lights were getting me. Flashing yellow means proceed with caution.
Mm-hmm.
It does not mean stop. And everybody's stopping at every flashing yellow, and I was getting so mad. It's a very small thing, and I didn't need to make me mad, but
Because it's already annoying to drive here, like even with the lights working. So now
but then when the lights go up, and then nobody knows how to drive anymore.
it's annoying.
Not, like the zero like ability to like remember the rules of the road. The rules of the road are there to help us drive safely. People are like stopped in the middle of the road, not driving. Now, there was when I did stop because there was a power line down and then there was water, and I wasn't going to enter both, either of those. So I stopped, and the person behind me honks at me, and I'm like, okay, buddy, go around. They went through. I have no idea what happened, but, you know, and then you heard the sirens constantly, right? Probably rescuing people, like go through the water or drive over power lines. I don't know. How do you always find those spots?
And tomorrow, you have to find a way to, I guess, put a mask over all of that. And in a weird way, you have to pretend to be like, I'm better than you. Because people are going to be looking up to you for like, oh, my back hurts. You
Right.
help me.
Right. I know. I know.
So you can't do that to them because.
I'm going to put my Wonder Woman on outfit underneath my scrubs.
But that's why, like, for me, like, especially like at least the day before I work, like I have to move my body, move around, get jelly, like, because if I have to like service somebody else and work on their body, like,
Yeah.
I can't be hurt. It's just
Absolutely.
gonna mess me up.
Absolutely.
But surprisingly, most therapists that I interact with, they don't do things like that. So when they're hurt or they have migraines or headaches or I don't know, their life is weird, they put it on to their clients.
Yeah.
And like, since most people don't really know about this stuff, like the clients don't even notice it, but I'm like, yeah, you're just passing on negative vibes. Like,
Right. Through the touch. Through the touch. Yes.
it's so weird.
Yeah. So people will ask me questions and I don't ever talk about anything negative
Yeah.
or that, it's just not, especially if you're touching somebody. Now it's one thing for them to share, like, because that's what I'm there for,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like,
I have to absorb it, but not take it on. Like,
yeah.
and then
It needs to pass through you, not
yeah.
stay on you.
Yes.
But I don't know. Like, I just expect it, and then it's just
And
kind
that's
of
part of
crazy.
like the washing after
Yeah.
the visits, kind of like. What did we say?
No, I was just saying, like, that's just kind of how the actual job is. You have to be able to take in negativity, but then give out positivity. That's all people really are doing. They don't realize it, but like that's all it is, whether it's chiropractic or massage. And when people don't really understand that and they're really confused and they might lash out at you or they be like, oh, you didn't help me or oh, I'm still hurt or whatever. It's like, you don't understand like what this is. And then for me, I often get, well, not often, but every now and then I'll get somebody who's like, just like beat me up,
Yeah.
like, just want really, really deep tissue, go as hard as you can. I'm like, that's not what this is. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, why would I want to hurt you or
Right.
bruise you? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But then I've noticed like the
you don't
girls,
want to damage the tissues.
the therapists that are like, usually the girls that are really damaged here, they're the ones that love doing deep tissue exclusively. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you just like to hurt people because you're hurt. I'm not going to tell them that, but
Yeah. Wow, maybe, yeah. Well, I got hurt in a massage. The guy trying to fix me so hard, probably compressed the nerves after a car accident that made it much worse.
yeah, it's so crazy. People have this idea like, oh, if I like elbow drop you, then I fix the thing. And I'm like, no, you should never have to do that because then that's not how it works. Like, that's not how you fix anything.
Right.
Like, imagine trying to fix a car and you're like, okay, let me just get the sledgehammer. And like, that's not how fixing anything ever looks like.
It's not. That's how I want to fix my computer or my printer. That's really like in that movie. What was it called? Office. Was it Office Space?
There's a movie called Office Space.
Yeah, where they took the printer out back.
Oh, and they like shoot it, right?
And they beat it up like to some song.
That's like an iconic scene.
Yeah.
Like, the guy comes up, and I think he gets a gun, right?
I don't know if you got a gun.
Or I might be thinking of like a parody. Boop.
Was that your stomach? What's in mine?
That I had do not disturb on.
That was my stomach.
Who's the one that got away? What are you gonna eat after this?
Meat.
Ground beef?
I don't know if I have what I have. I might have to go. Ooh. I might have to go to the store. Nico wants wings.
Of course.
It's like for your request.
Yeah, I don't understand your family. They were the only people on earth that go to Beef O'Brady's.
Oh, it's like a thing.
I've never met anybody who's like, yeah, let's go to Beef's.
Oh yeah. Well, Lori's ex was really good friends with the guy that started it.
Really?
Yeah.
That explains it.
So they knew the owner, so then they would go there all the time. And then if anyone wanted to meet them, then we'd meet them there. And then it was like kind of like a fun neighborhood place to go where everybody knows their names. Most of the time, if I go in there, people think they do a double take because they think I'm her. And I was like, no, not Lori. What else? Guess we have to eat.
That is officially 30K special. I don't know.
Thanks.
Sure
Thank you.
tell them to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And if they want to see more massage videos, type in this in the comment section. I'll pick, I don't know what to put an emoji.
Pick some. We'll pick an emoji.
All right, bye.
Thanks, guys.